Hello guys, welcome to Fun Scholar e-learning series. My name is Shubham Bhagat and today I'll teach you how to make your sprite fly in Scratch. So let's go to the Scratch desktop. So let's say you have a scene in your story where you want your sprite to be flying. So how are you gonna do that? I'll show you in this video. So let's remove the default sprite and we'll choose a sprite. So I'll go to the animal section and I'll choose this cat flying sprite. So let's first of all configure this sprite. Before it starts flying, I want the sprite to say something that I want to fly. So I'll initiate the command using a event block, which is when green flag is clicked, and then it will say let's start flying. Okay. So whenever I click on the green flag, it will say let's start flying. Now I want to configure the flying cat in such a way that it moves. Whenever I press the up arrow key or the down arrow key, it should go up or down respectively. So how I'll do that, I'll go to the events block and I'll choose this block where you can initiate any event using a key from your keyboard. So I'll choose the up arrow key. So see, whenever you want your sprite to be moving upwards, so what it is actually doing, it is going towards the positive x axis, positive y axis. Okay. So I'll go to the motion block and I'll choose change y by 10. Now, same goes for the down arrow key. For the down arrow key, when your sprite is moving in the downward direction, it is actually moving in the negative y-axis. So I'll change the value of y, but this time it will be a negative value. It won't be plus 10, it will be minus 10. So you see, whenever I'm pressing the up arrow key, it's going up. Whenever I'm pressing the down arrow key, it's coming down. Now, in the similar way, we'll do it for the left and the right arrow keys. For the left arrow, it's moving in the left direction, which is the negative x-axis. And for the right direction, it is going towards the positive x-axis. So let's change the value of x by minus 10 for the left arrow key. For the left arrow key, it will be negative value because it's going towards the negative x-axis. So it will be minus 10. And for the right arrow key, it will be only positive value because it is moving towards the positive x-axis. So now you see, I click on the green flag, it will say let's start flying. And how you can change the position? I'm clicking the up arrow key, down arrow key, left arrow key and the right arrow key. So this is how you can configure your sprite to be moving. Now to make your sprite fly, you don't actually need your sprite to move. Okay, what you can do is you can change the background. So if the background is continuously changing, you will understand that your sprite is flying. Okay, so let me show you what I'm telling actually. I'll choose a building sprite. Okay, and I'll configure this. Let me show you the costumes section of building sprite. You'll see that by default there are already 10 different costumes available for the building sprite. So you don't need to create any other costumes. What I'll do is I'll place the building block on the bottom left corner, on the bottom right corner, and see what is the value of x right now. It's x202. So I'll be using the value of x to make the building move from one place to another. So let's again initiate the code for the building by using a event block. So whenever a green flag is pressed, what will be happening? First of all, irrespective of wherever it is, it should go to the position where the value of x is 202 and the value of y is -2. Okay, so I'll use this block, go to x 202 and y -2. So you see, you do not need to change the value is automatically reflecting on the block itself. Now, because the buildings will be moving one after the another continuously, so you will be needing a forever block for that. As I've already told you, you want something to be repeating every time, you need a forever block. And if you want something to be repeating for a stipulated amount of time, you will be using the repeat block. Because we want the building to be moving continuously, we'll be using the forever block. And what I'll do is, I'll place the go to block inside the forever block. Now, every time it is coming to its original position at x 202 and y -2, it should also change its costume. So I'll go to the looks block and I'll choose the change costume, that is the next costume block, and I'll place it before this. Now, I want the building to move from this towards the left side. Okay, so it will go in this direction, finish here, come back to this position again, and then start again. So for that, I'll be needing a repeat block, and I'll place it just below the go to block. And I'll change x by -10 this time, because I want my building to be moving in the left direction. So it will be negative x axis. So -10. And I'll repeat it for 50 times this time. Okay. So now see, whenever I click on the green flag, you see, it's changing, the costume is changing, and now if you see the complete stage area, what you'll see that the cat is actually flying because the buildings are moving. So you can also stop right here, but what you can do is you can also add another sprite which will bring more reality to your story. So I'll use a tree sprite. Let's go and search for the tree sprite. So here it is, the tree one sprite. I'll choose this and I'll place this in the similar way on the bottom right corner. Okay. Now, what is the position of tree right now? It is x207 and y -181. So for the tree sprite, I'll be writing another set of codes, initiating with the green flag pressed. Now, again, as usual, I'll use a forever block. Inside the forever block, I'll use that it should go to the initial position, that is x207 and y -181. Now, it should wait there for 0.5 seconds. Okay, why am I letting it wait for 0.5 seconds? Is because I want the buildings and the tree to come one after another, not together. Because see, if I don't put the wait or if I don't put the control block of wait, the tree and the buildings will come all together. Okay, so that won't look real. So let me show you without using the wet block. Okay, so right now I'll not use the wet block. Okay, and after that I'll use the wet block and show you how it is actually happening. So I'll again use the repeat block after this, and this time again I'll be changing the value of x by -10, because I want the tree to be moving towards the left side also, just like the building sprite. Okay, now see, whenever I press on this, see what's happening. The Okay, now why is this happening? Why is the tree moving in such a short area? Because I've not increased the value of repeat. It is still 10. Okay, so I'll stop this and I'll change it to 50 again this time. And now you see the building and the tree is coming together. So it's not looking real. I want it to come one after another. So how do I do that? I'll add a wait. I'll add a wait block. That is a delay. Okay, so there will be a delay between both the sprites occurring. So let's add a delay. So for delay, as I already told you, we'll be using the wait block. Okay, in the control section, we'll be using the wait block. That is the first block. Okay, and I'll place it just below the go to block right here. Okay, and I'll change it to 0.5 seconds. 1 second would be much longer span of time. Now see what's happening when I click on this green flag. You see, it's coming, but then it's coming here and waiting for 0.5 seconds, and then it is actually starting to then it is actually starting its motion. So that again doesn't look very realistic or very real. So what do? We'll add the show and the hide blocks. Okay, so as I already told you in my previous video that show and hide blocks can be used simultaneously to remove your sprite from one location, and when it is in its initial position again, you can again use the show block. So I'll first of all use the hide block and I'll put it right here. So what's happening? Whenever the whenever I'm clicking on the green flag, the forever block is starting. It is going. The tree is going to the initial position right here. Okay, and then it is starting its motion towards the left side. Okay, it's completing, and then it is hiding. So you won't be seeing the tree again. Now you want the tree to again come to its position right here, that is 207 and minus 181. It will come to this position again. Now you want your sprite to be visible again. So for that you will be using the show block, and I'll place it right here. So now you see whenever I click on the green flag, you see the building and the tree is not coming simultaneously. It's in a random fashion. So that looks more realistic. Now to add a more better frame, we'll use a nice backdrop. I'll use a blue sky backdrop. Okay. So now you see it's making much more sense. And you can actually now also move your sprite up and down. You see? So I hope you have understood how to make your sprite fly and how you can change the position, how you use the show and the hide blocks simultaneously. So that's it in this video. Before you end the video, if you do like our video, if you do like the content of our video, do share the video with your friends. There are many other videos in different topics available in our channel. So do go and subscribe to our channel so that you can get notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you so much. Keep learning and keep having fun.